Okay, we're going to take a seat
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. We're going to begin the meeting in an unusual way. I'd like to ask all of you to stand, please. I would like a moment of silence for Christy McAuliffe. 30 years this week, accident occurred. Thank you very much for remaining standing, please. I would like to have you join me in a moment of silence for a wonderful guy. His name is Ron Burnett. He used to be teaching me. He's suffering very right now, but he's still fighting right now as well. Thank you. One more remaining standing. Thank you for your silence for all our troops around who look out for us, protect us for freedom. You know, ask you to remain standing. I hope this is not killing you. But anyway, I'd like to call on the superintendent of schools to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is at the front of the room.
I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's call on Captain Al Peterson to help us now.
And please join in and sing with me. Sing for America. Sing for Ron Burnett, please. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous
starting in the back of the room. I would introduce our first Kathy Martin. Raise your hand so they can see you. Faith Rainey and Paula Guilford. And I'm not sure who's sitting at the table for the committee. Tom Bettencourt, you said? Thank you very much. You are a member already.
I'm the chairman of the Budget Advisory Committee.
Thank you very much. If you're in the room when I call your name, please stand, remain standing to our name. These are people running for office in our town. Well, three in position on the school board. Are you here? Please stand, please. Ron, you here? Thank you. And Jan Bettencourt. For 1 year term. April Royce. Spec Howard. You Spec. And Paul Nancy. Okay. I'd like a round of applause for their efforts around. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll introduce our head table. When I call your name, please raise your hand. Our wonderful clerk, who I don't think is better, but Senator Fredolia, Kathy Carroll. Thank you for doing that. If you like, you can hold your applause to me now, because there are, I think, 27 people here. No, no, no. Anyway, principals, Sean Moynihan, Jerry Berger. School board members, Sean Carroll, Chairman. Paul Scanlon, Vice Chairman. Ryan Collin. Nick Cowell. Jan Bettencourt. Kelly Nessos, Business Administrator. Alan Vardy, Treasurer. He's never here. But he always gets elected, but he's a great privilege. And for the budget committee, Bettencourt, thank you for introducing yourself. Brandolini is not here, and David Andrews is not here. Now, we introduce our checklist supervisors. Will again, Kathy Weinstein, Liz Rainey, all of her stuff. And then I do request up there, I usually get a fee of some kind. So I mean, probably ask about this time. Give a round of applause for all those people. Good evening and welcome to you. My name is Howard Gale. I'm your moderator for this evening. And as usual, you have to put up with my explanation for SB2 town, which is what we've been in SB2 town. Can anyone guess how many years? 16 years. I was surprised to hear that. And it's worked out pretty well for us. But what an SB2 form of government means is that you sit here in session 1. It's called the deliberative session. It is the time when you deliberate about all the articles and issues that are raised by the warrant or in some other fashion on behalf you have a right to vote that anything down, up or down. The fact is, you can't because it has to go to the next meeting. Number two is going to be the Sherman Journal on March 8th. March 8th, is that what I'm saying? However, unless you object, I will still treat you as if you can vote yes or no, and ask you to vote yes or no. It does give us a sense of the meeting. Does anyone object to that? Thank you so much. So after this evening, anything that is amended by you or changed by the meeting gets changed by the clerk, and we get a new warrant article that will be on the floor at the March 8th vote at the Sherman Gym. If there are no amendments, then the articles that we do tonight, we'll just go there and go on. Anybody have any questions about the SB2 form of government or the role in it? Thank you. Without exception, I will use the following rules for tonight's meeting. There will be no smoking in the building. All cell phones will be turned off. Should a fire, alarm, or other safety emergency occur, then the meeting will clear the building in an orderly manner using the exits to the rear and front and sides. We will not re-enter the building until the fire department or other safety official gives the all clear. This is a public meeting, and by law, it is open to all who wish to attend. However, attending is only for the registered voters, and then everyone is allowed to participate including speaking and voting. No person may speak in the meeting unless recognized by the moderator. Each article will be read from the warrant, and appropriate motion and second will be accepted on that article. Following the second, there will be a period of questions followed by discussion. Motions which are not seconded will die for lack of second. Normally, the person making the motion will be recognized to speak first. If you want to speak, please come forward to one of the microphones on your right and left, and you will be allowed to speak. When recognized, please state your name and address before speaking. All statements should be addressed to the meeting. All questions should be addressed to the moderator. After the close of discussion, there will be a vote on the motion. Motions may be amended on the floor, and the amendment will be treated the same as the original motion. I will accept only one motion or amendment at a time. All motions and amendments must be submitted in writing. The supervisors have cards and pencils available, and amended and unamended articles will be redrawn by the clerk and submitted to second session. Individuals will be recognized to speak once on each motion, and after everyone has been heard, we will begin another round of speaking if necessary. At any point, the voter may request a call of the previous question. The call is not debatable and requires a majority vote for those present voting for adoption. If adopted, a call of the previous question terminates discussion and results in an immediate vote on the motion. I will not accept a call or any question when no discussion or explanation has taken place. I will not accept negative motions to table, to pass
So, the language with that was working on this continuing the presentation. Our budget has some very specific increases and decreases this year. The specific increase that's really driving our budget this year is our health insurance costs. Cost of our health insurance went up 13.7%. That is approximately a $291,000 increase to our budget alone, just the health insurance. If you were to remove the health insurance from our budget, our actual budget this year would be $24,000 less than last year's proposed in the vote upon budget. So yeah, health insurance really is the thing that is driving out our budget this year. To help offset that rate increase to our health insurance, which is a 13.7% increase, we made some staff reductions, both at the middle high school and at the elementary school. We were able to lower some out-of-district special education costs by bringing some students back into the district. We were another issue that caused our budget to go up was the school bus was put into our budget this year. As you know, the district buys a school bus every year. Last year we bought a school bus, a small school bus. This year we're buying a large school bus, and those get replaced with an free every year. So the overall again increase to our budget is $266,000, which is a 2.3% increase. The majority of that increase, as I stated, was the lower health insurance costs.
Any questions for the superintendent? Hearing none. Call for the vote. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. President.
That court, starting with Mike Rowe. I noticed in the handout that there is an impact on tax rate unnoticed there. And it was, it says that if this warrant passes, the tax would increase by 23 cents. The tax rate would increase by 23 cents. And last year, the school tax rate was $8.85. So the 23 cents would be a 2.6% increase. Is that correct? I mean, just trying to understand the difference between the 2.3% that you just mentioned and the 2.6% based on what's printed in the handouts.
The 23 cents is the impact of the tax rate. The overall tax impact is a 2.6% tax impact. But that has to do with, if you look on the last page, the revenue page, and part of that is the unfunded designated fund balance. And so depending on what that fund balance is, that lowers or maintains that tax rate.
And the other thing is I know there's the next article is the teacher's contract. Does this article include no impact of the new teacher's contract? So is it 2.6% assuming that the new contract is not passed?
Right, so the teacher contract is a 2.6, but the overall revenue page that's just shown there is a 2.6% increase, which is the budget along any more items.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
John Augustine, Stagecoach Road. Is this first article inclusive of salaries for non-teachers, meaning administration and non-teaching staff? And if so, can you provide some insight on the increases that those personnel groups are receiving in this budget?
Sure. Yes, they are. Those salary increases are in here. Those salary increases are put in at 3%, and then based upon evaluation, they're given based upon our evaluation of performance. So they can be anywhere from 0 to a 3%.
And that's each year, that's considered as year by year.
So we budget 3%, but everyone receives the 3%, and it's based upon our evaluation of performance.
So this article just gives a 1 year budget, so
Yes.
the 3% is just in effect for the
Yes.
next school year.
Any other questions for the board of the superintendent? On Article 3. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Article 4. Shall the district approve the cost items included in the collective bargaining agreement reached between the Sunday School Board and the Sunday Teachers Association, which calls for the following increases and benefits totaling in year one. This is the 85 and the 129. Is it little, what is the total? This is the total. Okay. Totaling $85,737 in year one, $135,679 in year two, $144,839 in year three. Your vote will impact on year one in terms of money revenue. Any questions? No questions? Why do I keep missing here?
I'll make a motion. I'll make the motion. I'll make the motion. I'll make the motion.
Seconded by, yeah, thanks. Any discussion? Yes.
Thank you, Board, for your point,
Sorry about that.
That's all.
So again, back to the tax increase, effective this particular warrant article, and in the handout it says that that's another 7 cents, which is 8/10 of last year's school tax rate. So, am I understanding correctly that if the first article, Article 3 and 4 pass, that the impact on the taxpayers would be a 3.4% increase? Is that correct?
That's correct.
I also read on the SAU school district website, the financial goals for the year are listed on there. And the first bullet in financial goals is present a budget that supports the economic times. And I just wondered if you could comment on how a 3.4% increase in a year with 0% Social Security benefits increase and zero inflation, just how you reconcile that and propose this motion.
I didn't know.
Let the school board chair answer the question because the school board goes and the school board.
Actually, I'm going to need you to say that again because I wasn't sure if you were speaking as a BAC member or a community member.
And down at Fort Sumner Point Road. The goal says, present a budget that supports the economic times. I'm asking disparity between a 3.4% proposed increase, which says the school board is supporting both of these, and some more, it actually turns out to be 4.4% eventually. So I was just trying to understand, in light of the current economic times, how that was reconciled with your stated goals.
Well, we have in the past, we've always brought a fair and equitable budget to the community. I think the community has definitely supported us in a number of years. I think the one thing that this year they did was they had to basically bring the teacher's contract to the public. Teacher's contracts, tough negotiations, not terrible. I think we do a good job at it. There's give and take. We ended up eliminating a little bit of language that they agreed on. There was some health benefits that we ended up having to negotiate because the old insurance is not going to be available. The old insurance is not going to be available, so the new insurance is actually going to save the taxpayers money. The teachers understood it. We talked about it. We ended up having 5 meetings over it, and they realized that with them
per thousand tax increase. The overall budget, our tax rate goes up to 908 per thousand, which again is a 23 cent tax increase. All the warrants included, they all were passed. It's a 33 cent tax increase, or 3.9%. So I do think that's very reasonable when you talk about the economic times, it's going 33 cents or 23 cents. I think that's a very reasonable expectation to ask people to pass a warrant, pass a budget, or pass a contract.
Other questions? Also attached to Article 4 is the following language. And further, raise and appropriate the sum of $85,737 for 2016-2017 fiscal year. And that sum represents the additional cost attributable to the increase in salaries and benefits contained within the bargaining agreement. Costs for years 2 and 3 will be included in the operating budgets for each of those years. Will you remove your second on that, Sean? And you as well. Thank you very much.
John Augustine, Station Attorney. I've heard that not all the teachers are part of the teachers' union. So the first question is that true? And if it is true, is the contract that's on the table applicable to all teachers then?
Yeah, so teachers that hold the Hampshire teaching certification would be included within that contract. And included in there as well as advanced counselors, nurse, we have contracted service people, occupational therapists, speech therapists, that are not within that contract. So, teachers hold the state certification in the Department of Education.
Thank you. Second question, still on the contract. Is there anything in the new contract that has any type of merit-based pay, or is it all based on tenure?
It's all based upon a step and track system, which is based upon years of performance. Years of service, excuse me.
Any further questions? Okay, on to Article 5. Sorry? Oh, yes. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? I don't expect a raise after tonight. Okay, Article 5, Shaw District, Article 4 is defeated. Authorize the governing body to call one special meeting at its option to address Article 4, cost saving only. Is there a motion? Second. Yes. Thank you. And Sean, second. Discussion. Questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Article 6, shall the district raise and appropriate the sum of $36,000 for the purpose of paving the front section of Cemetery Mill, the school parking area, and bus pickup and drop off area. Is there a motion? A motion? Is there a motion on Article? In Paul, and seconded by this is 6. Right, wrong. It's the rest of it. This is another one. Okay. I have the right warrant now. And Article 6, shall the school district raise an appropriate sum of $36,000 for the purpose of paying that section of the Sunday Middle High School
part of something the high school's parking lot in Bussy. This is just to continue that work and finish, pulling the building back around towards Mr. Dawson's shed. To get that done. We had original quote to be worth $70,000. Again, front section was done last year, back section is done. We apologize because there was a misprint, got out, and in the first comment that was mailed home, it did say front. We tried to correct that, say that article we put up on our website, as you see, it's the correct one that's in your packets tonight.
Any questions on Article 6? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Really do appreciate how exciting you are doing that. I usually have to beg for that. Thanks so much. Article 7. Shall the district raise and appropriate the sum of $25,000 to be placed in the school district special education trust fund previously established with said funds to come from the June 30, 2016 unassigned fund balance. There is currently $291,400 in the fund. Is there a motion? Moved. Second. And a second. Discussion.
Just very quickly, this trust funds allows the district to basically prepare for any student that may move into the district in the middle of the year without having to tap into the operating budget. This money is available so they have to make a district placement or have unexpected costs for special education students to be able to tell that. Again, I credit Gary and the special education staff because they've done a great job in bringing people back into our district. They help lower this cost. That was one of the major factors that helped lower our budget this year. But having this fund available is definitely something that I fully support in